earth, water, fire, air, ether, right? So these are the five elements, what your body is made of, what the world is made of, universe is made of. And then false ego is the pre-final, and then Mahatattva's, right? Which are personified worships, which we will go into details later. But if we take false ego as the outer covering, it also shows that with your ego, you cannot exit the universe, right? Ego means what? Not the negative ego, but the sense of separate self. See, the gods living here in these worlds, they're the highest gods, right? Lord Brahma is the highest. And then we have Satyaloka, where you have a lot of gods living in Satyaloka, and they all have residences in these worlds within the universe. Hmm? But the gods also inside the universe, have sense of separate self. Hmm? Means they have sense of separate self. They have self, right? So hmm, they are part of this creation. These gods, even though they are higher beings, hmm, they have a separate. They don't have the false ego. They have the true ego, but they have an ego. True, they are functioning from true self. The gods means Mahavishnu and Jesus Christ lives in Tapoloka, right? Satyaloka, Brahma lives. So they're like top two worlds. And then we have Lord Buddha lives in I think Janaloka. We have the records of all this, right? I have taught this before long time back. All of this in detail. We are not learning about these words now. Okay. What we are learning is suffering. When we are suffering, we enter into this. We are somewhere in these levels. Okay. Today's session is not about 14 words. So don't go into detail. But definitely, if you're feeling that you're a separate person, you're still inside the universe. Only when you get liberated, that's what we do through darshans, right? During darshan, you get liberated, and then you come out of the universe. So our universe is kind of circular in shape. It is covered like gold, like layer. That's a gold layer, and then gold layer, gold outer layer. And then so we leave our 14 chakras, which includes all the qualities, human qualities. We leave false ego, which means we have no more sense of separate self, and we enter outside this universe into the Karana ocean, which is cause of all causes. So if you see all the elements, right? Earth, water, fire, ether, false ego. We have body, mind, pranic body, the energy layers, intellect, mind means thoughts, beliefs, all the layers in Panchakosha. All of that we transcend. We enter into Anandamaya Kosha. We can enter into peace and bliss inside the universe also. Extreme high level state you can reach. Looks like seemingly high state. But when you come out of it, you're beyond all of these elements and characteristics and traits of our self. Then we are left with one thing, that is time. Hmm? That's what today we are going to work on. I just worked with Vinta on it. So I'm going to give you the liberation for it. So first, before actually, even though we are looking from bottom to top, it's actually a top-down creation. Means first time is created. Hmm? That's what we read here. Mahakala means the big time. First, the Lord's time is created by Lord Shiva, Sadashiva, in the starting of the creation of millions and billions of universes. Hmm? That's how the creation works. So when we come out of the universe, we get into time. And only if we can get liberated from time and space, we can move into the world of Jyoti, that is light, and then beyond Jyoti. So when we come here, we enter into the formless God, right? The light, all the violet light, flame, and Jyoti, the light, and Reiki, and all of this actually Brahma Jyoti, which is light. So many masters come and live in light. It looks like the God or kingdom of God, or you can call whatever. You can go into it and live for millions of years in Brahma Jyoti. There's no death in Brahma Jyoti, right? They're beyond time. Okay? It is not joyful, it is not blissful, it is peaceful. There's nothing there, right? And then once we develop the worship of the form gods who are beyond the formless also, we pass through the formless, there are forms, right? Because until then it matches with the general teachings given in the modern world about the divine and all this. But if you swim through the ocean of light, millions and millions of miles, then we enter into the higher world. First, we enter into Lord Shiva's world. We call it Kailasa. It is not shown in this, but little bit is shown as Sadashiva Loka as part of it. But there's actually, if you see the other map, I can show you. So then we enter through the light into the world of Kailasa as a first entry into the higher spiritual, eternal abodes of the gods. Hmm? So the time is an element which is very subtle, but it's created before all the creation. So before our own creation, our body, our mind, our consciousness, hmm, first time is created for us also, individually. Then only our body, our Panchakosha is created. Five sheets of consciousness. So when we go back through the creation, when we are dismantling our Panchakosha, we reach a time when we have to get liberated from time. Hmm? Liberated from time, and we have to get liberated from space to get into that world. Hmm? So liberated from time means we move into timelessness. How does it look like inside us? How does it look is we get into timelessness means we have a lot of time, abundant time, right? If you ever been to Swaminarayan temple, you'll see that as soon as you come out, you have tons of time. Everything sets in, right? Every time i reach I reach a meeting 1 hour before I get liberated. Somehow time sets in. Internally we have plenty of time. That means we are not having any stress due to time or date, year, schedule, all of this, anything related to time internally. Then what happens is a body clock gets set in. So if you follow the chronological time of the world that we follow, the linear time, a body gets stressed out and we can get into disease kind of problems with respect to body timing. So what is body timing? It wakes up at a time, it does digestion, excretion, timing of breathing, right? Our breathing has time. Approximately it's 4 seconds of exhale, 4 seconds to inhale if you're really breathing in properly, approximately. There is time for each breath. There's time for how many times. There is a count for number of breaths in a day. And so there's a time how much you're breathing in and breathing out. All this is fixed. Fixed means approximate, but it is there. Time is there. So the body has a clock. yearly patterns. Body has yearly patterns, body has daily patterns, body has hourly patterns. Everything is there in the body itself naturally, right? Baby comes out in 9 months, baby has exact time how the baby grows in the womb. Yes, it varies little bit, but still no babies live for like 2 years in the womb, right? There is time limit for the baby and there's a growth. How does, there's no clock inside the womb, how does baby grow, right? So you can know that actually there is time, even though the baby or the mother does not have access to the linear time. Hmm? So even in the world, in our daily appointment scheduling, creating the meeting schedules, managing cooking time, waking up time, sending kids to school, reaching the office on time, finishing projects on time, finishing typing works or computer works on time, finishing housekeeping works on time. Everything will is time is required. Time is there in every task that we do. That timing after liberation looks like joy, as you have a lot of joy and ecstasy and bliss, and then you do the same thing but in timeless space. So what happens is your body is not stressed, body does not have to follow a second time. But now what is happening is body has its own time, and it is connected to the universe, connected to circadian rhythm and so on. It knows exactly when the lunar cycle, it knows when it's full moon, it knows when it's a new moon. A body already knows. So astrological times, body knows. Body means what? Panchakosha, all your layers, including, right? Body knows. In addition to the natural time, we are inserting the chronological external time. Then the body gets disrupted. That means the system starts getting disrupted. Then you have problems with so many things in your body, which is connected to time. Get it? So that's how if we heal time, we heal a ton of things, several things in it. Okay. So more on time. I've given a lot of teaching on time. More on time we'll see later. Okay, so it's a good question. It says Shiva is in the world of demons. It shows in the map, I think, right? It shows in the map like that. Yeah. How is this? And when he's a god of light and love. See, you have, let's say your name is, I don't know, Thomas. Your grandfather's name is also Thomas. Your great grandfather's name is also Thomas. You know, it happens like same name. So we think it's Thomas everywhere, and it looks same, right? Because you're same DNA, carrying the same DNA, right? So the Shiva in the demonic world is not the Shiva that you think about, or the Shiva in Kailasa. Shiva in the higher worlds also is different. Same with Jesus Christ also. Jesus Christ is different in every world. Same like that, Shiva is also different. Same like that, Vishnu is also different. There are different kinds of Vishnus. And the world also looks the same. If you go to the demigods world, Swarloka, you can see beautiful abodes of different gods and look similar. Vaikunta, it also looks similar. Kailasa also looks very similar to the Kailasa there. So here you see, I don't remember where you saw that. Hold on, let me pull it out. Oh, Lord Shiva resides here, right? Vithala. I think his name is Hatkeshwar. Last time we saw a whole movie on it. Hello. Krishna, yeah. Lord Krishna goes from earth into the lower worlds and he meets the Lord Hatkeshwar. And we had gone through a lot of details in one of the journeys. See this. Shirodaka She Vishnu. Vishnu has an abode here. The abode of Lord Vishnu we call Vaikunta. Here, Garphodaka She Vishnu. He also has a world here, up here, which we are not showing. Sahasra world, right? Garphodaka She Vishnu becomes Sahasra Shirsha Purush. Tough words. And then we have Karanadakasha Vishnu, who is outside here, you can see Shiva here, another form of Shiva. You can see Durga here inside also. Oh, I'm not sharing. I'm not sharing that. So here, which God we access? There is lot a super world for Jesus Christ in Tapoloka, right? There is super world for Lord Buddha in Tapoloka also. Satyaloka is a really beautiful place. But everything in the universe is temporary. Everything, even the worlds of gods, are going to get destroyed with the, how do you say, dissolution of the universe. Yes, it's longer, but still in the cosmic big time, it's small time. So it's kind of a few seconds, the whole life of the universe. So then we move into, when we move into this also, we see that there are different Vishnus and Krishnas and all of this. But if you go into those, yeah. So here, Kailasa is the world of Shiva and Devi, Parvati. It's a whole new world. We have gone into Kailasa at least 20 times in the last 2 years. Okay? In the journeys, I always take it. Vaikunta also same thing, at least 20 times. This is entry into the higher worlds. And then we have Rama and Sita's world, Ayodhya. And we enter into finally into the world of Radha and Krishna, which is the highest world. From where the whole thing starts. It's actually top down. The same teaching I've given it several times actually. Top down. From here, everything starts. Ishvara Paramakrishna, Satchitananda Vigra, Anadi Radha Govinda, Sarvakarana Karna. Means Ishvara Paramakrishna means Krishna and Radha. Radha and Krishna are the supreme. And then it comes down from there. And their radiation, you can see how this is getting radiated. This word is actually this Brahmajyoti. In that radiation, the creation of the universe, everything happens. More on this when we enter into Bhagavatam in the future, we're going to teach you. We have to go through at least 2 years of teaching to teach you on daily basis to teach you this much what I taught you. Don't think you can understand all of this. The idea is not to teach you the math today. The idea is to teach you that time conflicts which exist in you creates problems in you. So that was my point. Okay? So that's why we are here to guide you to find which gods you're getting connected to. Hmm? Remember in the morning darshan, you are reading, we ask our guru and gods to replace our inner falsified, false, falsely falsely perceived gods with the real gods, right? Because at times, if you go, even if you go to the real temples and all, sometimes the gods there are not actually the real gods, right? They are kind of reflections of gods. They look same, they feel same, but they're different. That's why you have guidance in this program. So your physical problems are going to vanish. A lot of things, a lot of problems are going to vanish when you get liberated from time. Okay, yeah. And then what we do is in the program we do smoothing. That is, we actually experience the future time. Means we enter into our future days from now, right? So time. Remember, time means where does the time exist? Time can be existing and accessed only in the now. Is we are read this. In so many books we can read it, right? Time is now. Hmm? What is there is now. There's only now we can enter into time. Through now we can access future, and then we start experiencing the future. That's what we call visualization or law of attraction, all of this. We will get into our inner space and start setting the future state. That's what smoothing is. That I'm going to do it for you. Mhm. And you just experience it. So we take journey now, enter into higher worlds, then you start dancing. Your participation is dancing and singing and enjoying the time. Hmm? My part is just to go into meditation and set the space and time for you for future. Then everything changes. If you ask me last 10 days, we'll say last 7 days or 8 days, am I happy about it? Not really. Even though you made lots of progress, it's still not to the level that I like to. We are running slow by 7 days in this program, according to my intent, hmm, because of whatever we say. So that is why yoga. So if you didn't do yoga today, you're not helping me to help you. If you didn't do the morning darshan, you all did morning darshan, then definitely that day you're not helping me to help you. Dancing. If you're not dancing at least half an hour in a day, you're not helping me to help you. That's all. Participating in the rituals, dancing, then singing, that's all. Get it?